Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to the weekly review special for week 34 of the Gaming Decathlon competition. This week I brought in 2,673 points. It's a nice 400 point jump from where we were a week ago, and that is even with one new title arriving this week. Best round 46-48, still nowhere near that 2,000 away, but current virtual best almost a 500 point increase. All-time virtual best also going up by 50 points. Breaking down the games individually, PCM 20 in the career mode. It is the only game this week that did not exceed its record score. But it actually came close, and it was nowhere near a week ago. So 294 points. We're still, we're not early anymore. We're hitting July, but there's still quite a bit of season to go. So we'll easily eclipse our record. PCM 20 all-rounder. That one just started that new season relatively recently, already 145 points. Completely unexpected. 2 of my first 3 World Tour races resulted in victories. Incredible. FS19, Valley Old Farm. That end game draws nearer and nearer. Our final harvests are ongoing. And then the accumulation of wealth, a lot of it's gone into silos to wait for the right time to sell so that we can actually approach the 3 million we need to make. But with those harvests, the money is all kind of there, just waiting to sell. Grand Tactician Civil War, 8 points accumulated this week. We kind of had to do a restart because the game itself did release into early access this week. And with an update, the campaign had to be restarted, so I had to kind of move along and get back where we were, so kind of in a similar place to where we were. Founder's Fortune, I wrapped it up this week with all the new series and more new series to come in the next weeks. Didn't have room for it anymore, and viewership was dropping, even though I love it, and the group that was still watching pretty passionate about it, so sorry that I had to bring that to an end, but we end with 750 points. That also is going to end up removing our only game from that top 10 scoring list, but there are potential candidates on the way. Total War Troy, accumulating points quick, 131. First episode had an okay view count and actually had a lot of likes, but for whatever reason, the second episode dropped off more than what is normal and what is typical. And usually if you see that drop off, it's with fewer likes, but the like percentage was really high, 100%, but compared to the views, it was really high. So a little surprised that the drop off was so rapid with that one. Looks like a lot of people just wanting to see how it's different from other Total War games. Total War is Total War. Not much variance. And maybe that's what's going on with that one. Plus, there's some really big channels doing series on that, and it's always hard to compete with that. F1 2020, My Team Principal. This was the huge mover this week. 200 points higher than a week ago. And the week, that's not from a week ago. Well, technically it was actually, but from last season. Last season's end total is 237. This season, already 431, and we're only at the midpoint of the season. Reason for it is the car hit that turning point where it became not just upper midfield, but it became the best car, and Juju Noda is suddenly winning most of the races, and quite a few in a row actually. And because the car is so dominant, even Calderon, who is subpar compared to the rest of the field of drivers, is still scoring podiums and high finishes because the car is so strong, and therefore we're grabbing points very quick. And by the end of the season, I think we're going to be well over 600 or 700 and could be in the top 10. On that all-time virtual best side, Founder's Fortune with the 50 points moved from a tie for 7th up to 6th place, dropping Imperator Rome and 7 Days to Die. But it will finish there, so it finishes in 6th place. Outside looking in, the My Team Principal for F1 with that huge jump in score went from mid 30s all the way up to 20th place, just 10 spots away now from that top 10. Like I said, I would not be surprised if by next week, half a season is about 2 episodes, so by the end of next week, we very well could see it crack the top 10 or be quite close to it. That is going to do it for this review special, though. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Have a good week, and I'll see you next time. Be safe out there, and bye for now.